Welcome to Friendlyfire. I'm JoAfterWork, and today I'm in hot seat, Disney Channel style. We got the connections.
We're finally back, y'all. What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing? Some people say this took longer than Stranger Things season 4, but that's neither here nor there. We'll see what's up. But we're back with Friendlyfire season 3. I'm super excited. Y'all can see we got a whole new set in here. It's a little cozier, but we move, you know what I mean? So today we gotta get it started strong. We gotta get the season started strong, and who better than, some people say a clone, maybe? I don't know. I feel like we're two peas in a pod,
Dang.
like West Side Story, you know what I mean? We got a fellow Puerto Rican from New York City. I mean, you know how it is, man.
I'm like the Smash mirror character.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got Jiggy up front. You select the next skin. There you go.
Yeah. No, it's just me, you. Like, that's exactly how it is. But
Before
we got
tattoo.
my boy JoAfterWork in the building. Round of applause. Crowd goes wild. Twitch affiliate.
Yes.
Retrogamer. WWE fan. Andromeda Arcade Team Leader. The list goes on. The resume's
We're
long.
checking them all out.
The resume is resuming. But I'm excited to have you on, brother. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
Everything
man.
good?
It's been good. It was a nice welcome in.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, ooh, new set. Okay, fancy. All right. I see you rolled out the red carpet for me and everything.
You see it.
You know.
And we're in Jersey City now, so it was a little bit of a trip. Trip was all right. Trip was cool.
Good. Trip was good.
know
I
it's
had
hot
the dude
outside.
doing tricep dips on the train
you
the
go.
entire ride.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
oh, okay.
I mean, look, at least it ain't the New York subway. You see some weird things on there.
You know, that's.
We had you on the path, so you know we, like you said,
It
red
was
carpet,
safe.
red
Yep,
carpet.
exactly. You know.
I love it, bro. That's
Oh,
good
man.
to hear. And so every episode, like wellness, mental wellness check-in, right? You say you're doing good. I love to hear that. But also, we like to get it out the way early with the socials, and just kind of like not only socials, but an introduction to who you are. You know, the show is all about highlighting creators. As a reminder for y'all, that's what we do here. You know, your favorite creators on the hot seat, shooting the shit on Friendlyfire. So tell them what you all about, Joe. What's up?
Yeah. So I'm Joe. I'm a retro variety streamer, memer, fake cosplayer, a little bit of everything. You can find me anything JoAfterWork, JoAfterWork. So I'm the odd person out. I don't spell it with the E, but yeah, no, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell you need to know. I'm pretty easy to find as far as like if you search me up. So
that's what's up. I like it. And I gotta ask you, just as a quick aside, how do you feel about being an elderly streamer?
man, yo, dude,
Like, I don't know what they talking about out there, man.
Yo, that got me in the jugular, you know?
Yo.
I was like, ooh, wait, someone woke up and you chose violence.
Right?
What's
That's
happening?
what I'm saying. So for those of y'all who don't know, apparently on Twitter there's some going around about if you're 26 and older, you're an elderly streamer. So I'm 28, Joe. You are?
Ooh, 33.
30. Bro, like, we not elderly. We in our prime.
Hold on, let me get my cane.
Like,
Hold
yo,
up.
right? I'm saying. LeBron is 37 and he's the best player in the league still. So I don't want to hear nothing about elderly, all right? That's cap.
You know how I know you're not elderly?
How's that?
You play on your Switch with Wi-Fi. And,
Yo!
I got a gift.
There's no way.
Hold on. Hold up.
Yo,
so
you came
I
over here to
promised
cut
you.
my ass.
I promised you I'd bring it.
You did?
When we meet.
Promise me.
So I just gotta go over here and find. Oh, there we go. We got it.
Yo.
So, as an official gift, as being the first guest in a new place.
Yo.
There we go.
All right, we got a new rule. Every guest got to bring a housewarming gift because this is lit. So, all right, I got to give him the story, right? Like, we obviously stream on Twitch, right? OT Jiggy, not even to give a self plug, but we've been playing on Wi-Fi. So different house, right? And we got the router is right here in the living room. And my game room's all the way at the back of the freaking house. So I got an Ethernet cable that runs into the PC because I can't stream without that. But the Switch over there is on Wi-Fi, and I got like one fucking like bar out of the 3, and it's just bare disconnections on streaming. I'm going through it. Like,
you know, like, no,
the
we
lag
can't have this
spikes.
happen.
Nah.
There you go.
Wow. Yo, shouts out to JoAfterWork, man. Bringing gifts to the stream.
You know?
Guess step your game up, all right? Because he's you the favorite right now. You starting out strong. Oh man, I love it, bro. So to get into it a little bit, at least the playing questions. We touched on it a little bit. My first question, which is you're a retro gamer, right? And I think that's unique. You know, you see a lot of people playing the CODs and the next gen console this and the metaverse that, right? We're moving toward the future or whatever. So like it's when I go into the streams, right? It's like nostalgic. It reminds me of playing Super Nintendo growing up, right? Like all these kinds of things, which are super dope, right? It gives you like that unique feeling, and you clearly enjoy it. So my question for you is like, first off, what drives the love for the retro games, right? And then do you ever feel like you're missing out when you see like these newer gen consoles or like whatever coming out? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yes, for sure. I'm like, damn, there's this game that's coming out, but like also I want to do this really cool mod to my GameCube so I can play more stuff on it down the road too, because there's a lot of stuff that, like, you know, growing up you only get X amount of games.
Yes,
like you had that one game for like 6 months and you were playing the hell out of that game, making the most of it.
Definitely.
So like now I'm able to go back and like, you know, be able to buy some of these games. Like the retro market's getting crazy, so like I'm not trying to spend like $400 on Earthbound. Like I'll play that digitally. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Holy
right
smokes.
now. It's just getting worse and worse in terms of like the game prices. But
physical copy, right?
Physical copies, yeah.
Holy
that's
smokes!
Right.
Wow,
So, like,
I had no idea.
yeah, it's wild. Some of these people are trying to like scam. Oh man, don't even get me started.
Don't get
on the
into
stores.
it?
Don't even get me started on the game stores, because I'll go off.
That's crazy.
But no, like some stuff you'll still find decently priced, or like, you know, you got Wii U and like Switch that still has like some of the classic stuff, or like things getting remastered, and I can play them that way, and I'm like, bet I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
But no, it's kind of nice to be like, all right, I'm gonna play Fatal Frame, for instance, because that's what I've been playing.
My freaking favorite.
I never played any of those games.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, to be able to go through, throw it up on my PS3 and just be like, all right, yeah, I'm chilling. I spent $10 on this game. How much you spent? $70 on that game? I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yo, your ROI is
20
crazy.
hours? Let's go.
I love it.
So yeah, no, that's where that's where I'm like, it's a give and a take, you know? Sometimes I'm gonna go and play like something on my Switch because I'm a Nintendo nut at the end of the day, through and through. That's like where my personal bread and butter, where I enjoy most of my games are at.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
if I'm not playing that, then yeah, I'm going back and like survival horror, JRPGs, anything that I haven't played, I'm usually like trying to get through.
Nice. That's dope. And how did you start out playing retro games, or was that something you gradually moved into?
I gradually moved into it. So like, it's funny you mentioned like the CODs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When I was doing YouTube, and after like the mini like podcasting portion of what I used to do, a lot of like the full playthroughs, but me behind the camera were like PS4 games, Xbox One games, like a lot of the current stuff. So I was very much like in the modern scene, and still am, but like, you know, I like to mix it up and change things up every now and again.
Well, like a lot of people who stream, right? Like there's a lot of streamers out there, whether you want to consider casual or like, you know, full-time or whatever. I think it's important to sort of like diversify, you know what I mean? And find those niches and everything like that. And I think you've definitely like, at least over the last 8 months, right, where I've been more involved, more sort of, you know, coming in, I really do enjoy the difference. Like, not always seeing the same thing, you know? I like seeing diversified content. Yeah, for sure.
It's always fun.
And moving on this, I'm a little more casual than streaming, because I like to get into also like who the guests are as people, right? You're big into wrestling, like super big into wrestling. I know you have like the channels in the Discord, you do watch parties and everything that for, I think, AEW, right? Which is the big one now, so. My question is more so like, I feel like I grew up in the golden age of wrestling, which we grew up in the golden age of wrestling, which is like Attitude Era, bro. You got The Rock, fucking Jabroni, you guys, Austin with like, can I get a hell yeah? You know what I mean?
Man.
Like,
that's the bottom line. That's Stone Cold said so.
You got Triple H spitting water into the air. Like, it's just so many memorable moments, and I grew up on it. You know what I mean too. So like, for you, what drove the enjoyment of wrestling? And like also in your adulthood, right? 2 questions. How do you feel like wrestling today compares to wrestling back then? Because I know, you know, it's easy to like look back, like since we're elderly, right? And say, oh, the good old days, you know what I mean?
My God.
But also, What would you say to someone who's like, why do you watch that as fake, right? Like you could watch UFC or like boxing, right? Like this is a show basically.
Yeah. My dad, that was definitely like, I watched whatever was on the TV at the time, and like, I couldn't pinpoint an exact memory, but definitely it was like Nitro was getting hot. Raw's War was like the big thing happening. So it had to have been like mid 90s or like later 90s by the time I got into wrestling.
Okay.
So definitely 100% purely my dad was the one watching wrestling. It was like the man's novella. Like I don't know how else to explain it in that sense, but like for back in the day sort of thing, I know, you know.
I've never heard it put like that. I like that. The man's novella.
The man's novella. Like, I hate to put it that way, but like, you know, boys being boys in that case back in the day.
Different time.
Exactly. Just watching that growing up, it was just like every Monday night. All right, here we go. I get to watch Nitro for that first hour because it started an hour early before Raw. I'd be watching from 8 to 9. 9 o'clock was my bedtime, but I had the cable on in the room, and I was just like peeking through, like what's happening here, but until I fall asleep. And then in the weekends, I would visit my grandma. My aunt, who's dating my uncle at that time, they were still just dating, would record all the episodes of Raw and Nitro. Nice. So I'd spend that whole weekend just watching the tapes of what happened throughout the week. I guess SmackDown on Friday. I think it was Friday night at that time too on UPN. So like I'd be able to catch that before they moved to Thursday. And oh man, that was it. I was living. That was
lined up.
Yep, exactly. It was like early day YouTube. Like that was it. I get instead of getting the highlight packages that YouTubers be throwing up when they're not supposed to, I'll be watching it on VHS and be like, all right, here we go. Here's my 5 hours of my life right now. This is my Saturday afternoon after the Saturday morning cartoons. My Pokemon, my Yu-Gi-Oh, my Jackie Chan adventures, and then wrestling.
He's spin right now. That's the good old shows, man.
Oh man, I was like, Soul Train came on, and I was like, all right, it's time, let's go.
Right. That is sweet, man. How do you feel like wrestling today compares? You feel like, because AEW is something that has come up, right? And I'm listening to it now, but I do still think there's like enjoyment in it. Like I really do.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it really is a show. Like, and you know, these people, not only are they athletes, like genuinely athletes, but they're also performers. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get The Rock without The Rock being The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't be Dwayne Johnson. He really had to embody The Rock. So I think that's an art within itself. Like, how do you feel wrestling today compares to that?
My gosh, it's definitely different for sure, but I feel like the core aspect of like good guys and bad guys is still pretty much the same. In that sense. Like it's kind of hard to like mess that up, even though I feel like on certain levels I've fallen off WWE a lot, especially over like the last like 5 years or so, and then AEW came around. I was like, what's this? Let me check this out.
Got you.
And probably like around that same time is when I started to get a better understanding of like all these other companies that exist, and it's like, oh, there's like this whole underground, like all these different indie wrestlings, people wrestling invisible people, blow up dolls.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous, but it's also like the most hilarious thing because they can still tell a story around it.
Like I mentioned, right, over here we're all about mental well-being, right? You gotta have mental wellness check-ins, you know, considering what were the past 2 years and everything like that, right? So making sure that we're on par with that. But another aspect of it is the physical wellness. And I feel like you are really, really intent about your physical well-being, right? Working out, going to the gym and everything like that. It's clear, you know what I mean? And I have a lot of respect for that because
thanks, man.
One of the things that I think is really difficult is like when you are trying to be a content creator, right? When you have a full-time job, when you have whatever, family, personal obligations, it's hard to find time, right?
Yeah.
And to prioritize that time for physical well-being is something that I think honestly is admirable. It's something that people have trouble figuring out, even like me to a degree. Like, you know, it's like, fuck, when am I gonna have time to do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think just kind of like, almost not even a question, but letting you have the floor with like, what, like, why is it so important to you, right? That like physical well-being, you know, taking care of yourself, and also like, what's your advice to someone who's struggling to have the time? Yo, whether you're a content creator or not, you could just be a viewer. You might have a lot of stuff going on, but like, Because my thing is like, you got to take care of yourself now for your future self. You can't take care of yourself in the future and expect for that to be enough.
Exactly.
Because if you're doing damage to yourself now, it's already too late. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that in like my grandparents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back pain, arthritis, whether it's like diabetes, you know, like even those kinds of things.
That's like everything you legit just said. It plays part into all of that. Family, how certain ailments have kind of like run in the family. I just don't want that to catch up with me, sort of thing. So like the last 2 years in particular, to kind of spin around and not make too long of a story.
Yeah.
But I had shot up the last like from 2015 to 2020, 40 pounds, and I was up to 180.
Okay.
And I'm a short dude, like I'm average height, like short kings rise up. But
I'm a short king too, so I respect that.
You taller than me, man.
Yo, don't let them know, bro. Don't expose yourself like that.
It's all good. It's all good. I've had to look up at everybody my entire life, you know. So it's all good.
I feel you.
I got them neck issues, like. But all jokes aside, yeah, diabetes runs in the family, cancer runs in the family. Like there's certain things that just can't be helped because of, you know, genetics and whatnot.
Yep.
But the things that I can try to make better, I was teetering on pre-diabetic, and I knew I had to change that. So 2020 was kind of like that year for me to kind of like figure things out. I moved to a new place, and I was just able to like sit down and really think about some things. I took a break from streaming for about a month and a half. And just like, all right, what do I need to do? What am I doing? I was having like 2-liter bottles of soda a day.
Yeah,
like
you had the little Debbie's.
Everything, the Doritos, all that stuff. And like, you can have all that stuff, you know, just not the way I was having it, right?
Yeah, right. In moderation, for sure.
So I started writing down all the things that I was having, and like, all right, soda, like I kind of really got to cut back on that. I still have it today, but like, you know, it definitely is way more limited than what I used to have. I think I would have it as like a normal person now, as opposed to what I was doing.
I went through that same thing with soda, like for sure. Yeah.
Again, it's upbringing too, because like soda was in the house, the Fruit by the Foots were in the house, the Gushers.
Try to find a celery stick though.
Exactly, right? Man, the food too, like the high sodium, like
high sodium, high grease, all of that stuff.
It's in our family. This is all the different foods and whatnot.
Forget about it, bro.
Way back, another lifetime ago at this point, I remember doing this program at home, T25, and it was like 25 minutes, blah, 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 a day. And you know how they do the whole spiel and everything like that. I was like, all right, let me try this out, because I realized it was the guy that made the Insanity program. Okay. Sean T.
Yes.
I started messing around with that way back when, because I was like, okay, I hate the gym. This is all way before pre-COVID. I was just like, I can't be around people. I gotta like just do my thing and like have nobody around, because I'm way too like, I get distracted very easily, and I'm just like, no, I'm doing it wrong. Am I doing it right? Sort of thing. But if I have somebody telling me exactly how to do it on like a video and whatnot, then I'm more inclined to just be like zoned in, focus, and pay attention. So I started there. I started following that program. They had meals on that as well.
Oh, so sweet. Okay.
I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna throw it down in the kitchen now. Like, this is it right here. So all the different meals that they had, they gave you the directions. I followed that for like at least a year, but like within the first like 3-4 months, which is like the full program is about 3 to 4 months, depending on like the cycle that you're doing on there. And they show you the different videos and like what you're doing each day. And I stuck to that, and I dropped the 40 in like 3 months. Like, gradually.
And that's what's up. That's great.
That fixed up my health a lot. Like, I'm not teetering on pre-diabetic right now, but I still like try to pay attention to that, because like just because you physically look a certain way doesn't mean, you know, your body is automatically like, oh yeah, no, you're not this, that, or the other thing. You know, you still got to get your yearly checks. You know, go to the doctor and make sure you know you're taking care of yourself, because all that is important. Even down to like things like, you know, and it's been years since I've done it, but like therapy too. That mental health is like very important. Like, it is okay to not be okay. Check in on yourself, and it's like, don't be afraid to jump on in and do it, you know, especially for guys, you know, around my age that grew up on like, you know, everything's got to be internalized. You know, if something's going on, you more inclined to like keep it in.
Yeah.
And then something down the road happens, and it's just like that one thing could be the build up to something else, and you never want that to happen. So.
I mean, this guy just let off. This guy just let off like 10 gems, like one after the other. I'm telling you, man, you hit every point possible. I appreciate that, and like, you know, the only thing I would say in follow up to that is like, especially with commitment to like physical well-being, is there's no magic potion, man. It's hard work. You know, you just got to commit. Yeah. Like genuinely, you just have to commit to saying, I'm gonna be healthier in the kitchen. You know, and physically and mentally, like it's there's no secret, and I appreciate that. Thank you for spitting bars to the people, because that's exactly what you were doing. And to circle it back to the content. You're a cosplayer, bro.
Oh man, I don't know if you want to call it cosplaying, but
you're a cosplayer.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we got. I've seen Zero Suit Samus. I've seen a hot dog. I've seen like, I don't know if you were Electrode or what you were, bruh.
A ball guy.
A ball guy. Bro, man. It is, man, I don't know. Some people might call it sexy. Some people might call it interesting.
Where do I even begin with it? Like, this is going way back to like, I had this Link outfit. That I don't know, for those of you who play Breath of the Wild, there's a moment in the game where you got to go into the Gerudo village, but Gerudo village is all women. So
and you got to dress up in their apparel. Yes.
So I saw that.
Damn, such a great game, by the way. It was such a great game.
I love that game. It's so good. But I ended up doing a charity stream and ended up doing Just Dance, and I ordered that outfit.
Okay.
And that's how and I wore it on stream.
Yeah.
Playing Just Dance with it. There's a lot of old GIFs.
That's where JoAfterWork was born.
Not even. JoAfterWork was like maybe this like last year. That was going back like 4 years I had that outfit.
Damn.
That's probably like one of the first ones. And that was just to be a goof. Like I try not to take myself or life too seriously. That's just the goofy side of me growing up.
For sure, of course.
Welcome to my brain. This is how it works. I'm just gonna decide I'm gonna do this today, sort of thing, because you know the streams are kind of like, it's content creation for sure, but for me it's also like it goes back to when you had Zave on. He mentioned this, but like, you know, you're doing it out of passion, out of love, something that you go in there and don't expect the viewership or anything like that. Just have fun with it. Enjoy yourself. That's definitely. At the end of the day, you started that for, you know, a particular reason, right? Like, there's hopes that, you know, sometimes some people blow up and whatnot. Most people, you know, end up staying within like the range that I'm at right now. I've been doing it for 7 years. I'm having the time of my fucking life. I'm just chilling. I was like mainly women my entire life. My dad was there, like he worked hard and everything like that. But like it was mainly all women, aunts, grandmas.
You grew up with the deepies, man.
Dead ass. Every weekend that I was at my grandmother's, my aunt would take me out to wherever she would be going. So like literally, I was just like Urban Outfitters with her, Kmart with her, like that was it. I was like whatever she was doing, I was just right there with my Game Boy, just like, all right,
there you go,
I'm going.
Yeah, that is super fun, bro. That's super fun.
I think like now you got me thinking about it. I'm like, maybe that's where the correlation is, where I'm just like doing these little arts and crafty type projects just to kind of like make a fool on stream of myself and have a good time.
That's great. And I will say, man, they are definitely a good time. Like you said, man, it's just it's fun is what it is. You know what I mean? Like the channel is just fun.
I tried my best, man. I go in and then I go in not expecting anything, and then it just kind of gets chaotic from there. As long as everybody's having a good time.
You know what? You use the right word, chaotic, because you are Mr. Caught in 4K, bro. Like.
Don't get me
started. For those of y'all who don't know, man, Omar from Queens from season 2, one of the OGs. Like, he has a show on Thursdays, which we did talk about, Caught in 4K. And basically, he just exposes other content creators, much of them from the Andromeda team. And I'm telling y'all, if Joe ain't taking up half of the time on that damn show, there is something wrong. Like, you must have been sick or on vacation, because my boy, you're just, you know, that's your show. Like,
there's snipers, man. There's snipers out there. I don't know who y'all are, but when I go back and see these clips, I'm like, what did I even say? Oh, that got taken out of context. Why was I doing that? Why did I make a Kirby outfit and put cheeks on it with a mole on the back of it and start twerking on shit?
I don't know. What? Hello? Some of your clips, man, there's no explanation. You just gotta take it.
I would say 90% of the time, it's probably not out of context. I just be saying something and my mouth goes.
Right.
And that's how I get myself in trouble.
Oh man, you ain't lying, bro.
Oh, and then I get a DM from Joe, what the hell? What's going on? Really? Like,
yo, not Amethyst. We don't mention that name over here. We don't mention that name over here, bro.
Oh man, already got banned.
Right.
There's a censor bar already.
Yo, we don't mention beep. Like, that's how it's gonna come out in the show, bro. Oh man. All right, last question for you, bro. Just like another open-ended one, but by the way, hold on. These Mario kicks are fly. I didn't even peep. Can you show those to the camera real quick? We got the little Mario Vans. I see
the free feet right now.
The feet are kind of fire.
Yo, I'm trying. I had to show up with some drip. I realized, I was like, dang, I'm wearing these shorts, but like,
I genuinely did not see those, by the way. Those are fly. I like those a lot.
Thanks, man.
No, for sure. All right, so last question for you is just like an open-ended one, which is, what are your plans for, like for the content, whether you want to say for the next year or for kind of just a generic direction, but like, drop a little gem for us. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So lineup that I've been kind of like working on, low key, because I've mentioned it briefly, but like I don't really put it out there just because I don't have a deadline for it. But working on getting back into music. That's
nice. Okay.
So, I went to college for audio engineering. I'm very much like in the back end of things. That's always my type of thing. But music has also been very much a big passion for me. So like that's one thing that I would love to get back into. Not even for like live performances type of thing. I actually would like to eventually, and this is like long-term thinking over the next few years, try to start building up my own library of music that streamers can use royalty-free type
that's
type
sick.
thing. So like, someone is gonna say Harris Heller type thing, but better than that. Sorry.
Right. I feel you.
So I wanna try to build up towards that, and like a small little lifetime bucket list goal for me personally would be to actually like have a song or be able to make something for video games in terms of music. So like that's like the long-term goal. So like that's like
that's an accomplishment. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's bucket list
dope.
type stuff there. Like
That's
even
dope.
to get like a little snippet of sound design, even like that'd be dope too.
I love it. I mean, y'all heard it here first, man. Catch this guy. He's gonna be, he might win a Grammy. Who knows?
I don't know about all that.
We'll see, man. But it is officially time, bro. I appreciate you showing up to the show, man. We started it right. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
There we go.
Season 3 is off to a fire start. No pun intended.
Don't disconnect. Don't disconnect.
That's it, man. Don't disconnect. Stay connected. Perfect plug to say like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Yo, literally, get me in the algo, bro. But it's time for you to hit the hot seat. As you know, we got a challenge at the end of every episode.
Okay.
And I think we're moving more toward me versus the guest. So we're gonna be doing something against one another. But y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Peace. Woo-wee. All right. Y'all already see what we got here, Joe. Audience, this will be called a golden eye challenge for the golden guy over here. You say you start out with a little bit of COD, but also your retro gamer, the OG shooter is GoldenEye. I mean, that's a legendary one, right? So we're gonna see who the real 007 is. Y'all know we've been doing the competition challenges lately, and this season, well, it's me against the guests. You gotta see who gets thrown into the fire and survives. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? You got 10 bullets in the gun. And this beautiful little Nerf Elite here has a little game setting where it gives you different targets, okay? So we're gonna see how, who's the better shot, bro? Who's the better? You ready?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you got this.
Bro, I might break
I
glass,
aim like a stormtrooper. I played the games, I aim like a stormtrooper.
I love to hear it, but y'all already see. We're gonna see who got the better shot. We'll be right back, baby. Oh, fuck. Oh my God.
Hey, there we go. You got one. Okay.
Nice shot.
Hey!
Hit it for 20, let's go.
Perfect.
That was sanitary.
Blanks, everybody.
I think we're done. Almost.
Ends up a three, way off. Yeah, three, way off again.
Oh, that man is off.
Great shot.
Oh, okay, 20.
That's it.
That's it. Y'all already see it, man. Evidence right here. We got the 20 from Joe. We had the 50 from Jiggy. My brother,
You know what?
what do you gotta say for yourself, man?
I'm happy I landed one.
Hey.
I wasn't expecting.
You were close with a few, though. You were close with a few.
You know, I see the distraction. You had the coffee there, and
That
I was
was-
just aiming for the coffee
Yo,
that entire time.
that's the Puerto
You know,
Rican
you
in
know,
us, bro.
Exactly. The Bustelo right there.
That's it, man. Y'all already see it. OT Jiggy 3-2 now. We got a winning record. Joe, he kind of.
Next person's got to do
appreciate
better.
it.
Next person's got to do better.
Bro, thank you so much,
Yo,
baby. Take
oh
it
my
easy.
God.
And that's it, baby. Y'all already see season 3 about to turn up. Peace.